Hello, my name is Will Carmack. In today's After Effects tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to put a demon in a hallway. There's a really famous short film called Lights Out, where I think the most famous example of this effect is in, and I recently did it for Jason Derulo's TikTok, as you can see here. And so I'll break down how you do that effect. It's super freaking easy. Oh, and before we get started, I gotta let you know that this video was sponsored by Squarespace. So there's two things that you need to film, and I have my clips here in Adobe Premiere. You can see I have Jason walking down the hallway and he's turning off the lights. And you can see here that there's actually no one in the door frame when he turns off the lights. And so for the second thing you need to film, you gotta just keep the camera in the same place on a tripod looking down the same hallway, and with all the lights off, you have your actress stand in the door frame. So here you can see I just have her creepily standing at the door frame. And that's all you need. You just need her standing there and someone turning off the lights. Right click and replace with After Effects composition. Oh, you can see it right there. I have the screen duplicated onto that. I think it's kind of cool. And now here we have it in After Effects. And so, like I said, this effect is really easy. So at the very moment right here, when Jason turns off the lights, bring the spooky girl clip on top of it. I actually think I kicked the tripod and we were all like, oh. What are you running there?
With the light on?
Oh! But it's okay. I just have to realign these two shots the best I can. Oh, perfect, right there. All right, and so now that you have the spooky girl layer on top, let's come up to the pin tool and click on that. And let's mask the doorway. Bam. And so, as soon as he turns the lights off, you can see that it's pretty easy and flawless just like that. And if we solo the layer of just the girl and we take the mask off, you can see that we shot this in the hallway being completely dark. And so, if we drop down M on this mask that we've created in the door frame, let's make the expansion go out, and you can see it's making the end of the hallway darker. And if we feather the edges of that mask, you can see now that the mask kind of makes the end of the hallway darker. And since it's the same room, it just blends perfectly. So if we watch that back, ooh, okay. And then here's a small detail that helps sell it. So you'll see that the lights actually kind of turn off within the span of like 1 second. So it's not as simple as a straight cut to the lady. So what I'll do is I'll keyframe the expansion and the feather. So if I create a keyframe on those two thingies, as the lights slowly go from on to off, I will bring the expansion in and the feather. I'll bring it down. So as the lights turn on, the darkness of the end of the hallway gets darker. So now the edges of that mask are getting darker as the lights get darker. I maybe overcomplicated that, but it just blends it in a little nicely. Ooh. And then when he turns the lights back on, just repeat that process. So I'll create a keyframe for mask feather and mask expansion. So as the light starts to come on here, I can bring the expansion down where you still kind of see the girl in the hallway. Completely bright right here, you can just bring the expansion to 0 and then cut the clip off. And so now he walks down the hallway and he turns off the light and she's there and then she's gone. And then you can just repeat that process. You can even use the same clip as you want. You can just duplicate it and bring it here every time he's about to turn the lights off. And then if he turns the light off sooner than this clip, just drag these keyframes over yonder and trim the clip like so. And so that is how you put a spooky demon girl at the end of someone's hallway. And if you want to make the whole general scene seem a bit more blended together and dark, you can come up to layer, new and solid. Let's make it a black solid. I'll just call this hallway darkness. I'll make it invisible just for a second. And if you kind of create a mask around everything but your subject, it will just leave your actor lit up a little more. Let's uninvisible this and feather it out. Kind of creating your own manual vignette. So the hallway just seems a bit darker. And you just cut this black solid on top of the moments where he turns off the lights. So you're kind of creating extra darkness. Without this black solid, the original clip is still pretty bright, I'd say. And so if you want it to feel more spooky, you can always just create a black solid that makes your hallway seem darker. Adjust it like this. I actually think that helps a lot. And now the hallway's dark. And then maybe have the opacity fade out a few seconds as the lights turn on, since the lights don't turn off and on immediately. Love it. And then of course when he turns the lights lights back off, you can fade back in this dark solid to 100. And then when you turn the lights back on, you know the drill. And so there you have it. That's how you do this effect. You just mask the same shot with a different actress into the doorway. And if you want to make the hallway seem darker when he turns off the lights, you just add a black solid. Feather it a lot. That was a quick and easy effect. And this is the final result. Look at me being seasonal and festive. And of course, this video is sponsored by Squarespace. From online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is an all-in-one platform. Let's say you're a photographer. Well, that's perfect. Squarespace has a portfolios and galleries option where you can display your work to the world. And better yet, these galleries are award-winning templates. So you'll be displaying your work professionally. And if you're a photographer, you want that. And with Squarespace, you can stay connected with all of your other social medias. You can embed your SoundCloud into your website, even your Instagram. So if you want people to come to your website and then also go see your social medias, Squarespace lets you do that. And lastly, stay up to date with everyone and all the traffic coming to your website with Squarespace's analytics. They are incredibly detailed and user-friendly. And if you're into the numbers and the business part of growing a website, you'll definitely want to use Squarespace because they have all the analytics anyone could ever want, ever. And I got you hooked up with a discount, so go to squarespace.com/willcarmack to get 10% off your first website or domain. Thanks for sponsoring this video, Squarespace. My name is Will Carmack, and I hope you learned something today. Where there's a will, there's a way. My name is Will, and have a nice day.